Hello everyone! In this video chess lesson we will continue with pawn endgames. If you have missed to see some of my previous pawn endgame lessons, take a look information about that in the right upper corner. Today we are going to talk about so-called electrical pawns. Maybe you don't know what are electrical pawns, but I will tell you that if we have two passed pawns and both of them cannot be stopped by the opponent king, these pawns are called electrical pawns. In this position it is white on the move. Later we're going to see what's going on if it is black on the move. But white on the move now can play, for example, h5 first move. But if he plays h5 first move, then black will play king f4. And now the idea for black is to play king g3 and help his own pawn to promote. And after h6, king g3, h7, f2, h8 queen, and then f1 queen with check. And after king e4, queen g2, king d3, queen takes on d5. Of course, if white makes mistakes and play king d4, then he may also lose the queen and black can win the game now. Or if instead of promotion, for example, black plays king e2, that's another not a good move, but after king g2, promotion and promotion with check, the game is of course drawn. There is no chance to make any progress. Here we have easy perpetual check for black, so the game will end as a draw. So the first move, h5, is wrong move. The question is then how white wins this game. Well, white must stop black from playing king f4, king g3, and he plays king e3. With the idea not to stop black from going to f4, because black can play king g4. But now he can play king f2, step in front of black's passed pawn, and black is not able to advance anymore. If now black captures h-pawn, nothing stop, then the d-file pawn, and if he plays king f5, now h5 pawn, h-pawn goes forward, and after king e5, h6, king f6, e6, and now we have a chance to see a very good example of electrical pawns, how black is not able to capture any pawn because then he's not able to stop the other pawn, and white easily wins this game. So these are electrical pawns. But if it is black to move in this position, position is drawn because black will be fast enough to make his own promotion threat. Of course, he will play king g4, and after d6, king g3. It is bad now, of course, for him to play f2, because then after king e2, king g3, king f1, he will easily lose the game. So first he needs to secure the pawn's path to the promotion square, and that's why he must play king g3, after which d7, f2, white promotes, but black promotes with check, and now easy draw by perpetual check, or at some moment he will be able to make a check and simply win the pawn on h4, like in this example here, and the game is of course easily drawn. This position which you see on the board you can hardly see in a real game, but this is good position to understand electrical pawns. The question is what will be the result if white on the move and what if black on the move. White on the move here, if he makes a mistake here and plays first move a6, then black will play king b8, and then we will have the position of a mutual Zugzwang. Whoever makes the move loses the game. Since it will be white on the move at that moment, white would lose the game. So it may look like that with white on the move, there will be no chance for white to win. Actually, he will lose the game. But that's not true, because white has excellent move b8 queen promotion, forcing black king to capture, and then a6 move. And now black is in a big Zugzwang. All pawn moves on the king side will easily lose the game because white king will just capture these black pawns. and any king move simply allows direct promotion. If, let's say, for example, if h2, king h2, f2, and we win all of the pawns, of course, and now we easily win the game. So this is very, very simple how white wins. Or if black plays king move, king a8, then just c7 and c8 promotion cannot be stopped. If in the same position it is black on the move, then black will lose the game because of mutual Zugzwang position. After king b8, a6, and this is again mutual Zugzwang. Whoever is on the move now will lose the game, since in this position it is black on the move, black is losing the game. He can't move any of his pawns on the king side, and when he plays, let's say, king a7, then just c7 and c8 in the next move, and white wins. This is also interesting position, which is similar to the previous, and white will win this if it's white on the move by creating mutual Zugzwang. The move which wins for white here is very interesting move, king g1. And now black can either push any of his pawns or move the king. If he plays h3, then we play king h2, and like this we stop all black pawns from further movement, because if f3, simply king g3, and all the pawns are now controlled. If after king g1 we see g3, then of course king g2, and again we control both of the pawns. And when king moves, we have already learned that we play b8 queen promotion and then a6. Of course not a6 first, because after king b8 then white will be in a Zugzwang. So b8 queen, king b8 and a6, and white wins the game. And the last possible move is f3, but then just king f2, h3, king g3, and this is position which we have already seen earlier. White easily wins the game. So the last option for black is to move the king, but if that happens after, let's say, king a7, again of course you guess b8 queen, and after king b8 a6, and wherever king moves, because the pawns are electrical, one of the pawns will promote, and whichever pawn black moves, we always have a corresponding move with our king. If h3, king h2, if g3, king g2, and if f3, king f2, white wins the game. And this is the last position for today's lesson. In this position there is only one move which will win the game for white. White has several options: to play h4, to capture the pawn on e7, to play king c6, or to play king e6. Let's see, if he plays h4, e5, h5 e4, h6 e3, h7, and both sides promote at the same time, the game is of course drawn, not possible to win. If white captures black's pawn on e7 in the first move, then black has time to capture b-file pawn. And now, of course, direct advancing h4 follows by c5, and both sides will promote at the same time. Actually, white will promote with check, but since that is the pawn which is on the bishop's file, and we have learned queen versus bishop file pawn is drawn endgame if white king is far away, and obviously here white king is far away, so he plays king e6. And after king b3, king d5, king b4, king c6, and now king c4, h4, and look how black king is inside of the square of white's pawn, and the game is again drawn. Very interesting option for white to try is king c6 move. And after e5, king d5. King takes b2, king takes e5. And now let's see what are options for white. Actually for black. If he plays now king c3, then white has options to play king d5 or h4. But if he plays king d5, then c6, king c6, king d4, and the game is drawn again because black king will be able to stop white's pawn. Or if after c6 he plays king c5, then again king d3, h4 and king e4, again he will be able to stop the pawn. And finally, after king c3, if white plays h4, we have c5, and now both sides are racing to promote, and will be drawn again because this is a c-file pawn and white king is not close enough to win that endgame. So the conclusion is that the only move which wins the game is actually king e6. And if now black captures the pawn on b2, then h4, king b3, h5, c5, h6, c4, h7, and we see that white promotes first, and that after, let's say, c2, we have queen a1, and queen goes in front of the pawn with easy win. Or if here king c2 is played, then white king is fast enough to approach closer and to win this dangerous c-file pawn. That is why after king e6 the only good move for black is c5. And after king d5, c4. And after h4, e6 check. This is another important moment for white. Of course that it is bad to capture the pawn on e6 because then both sides will promote easily. But he may make mistake and play king d4. This is bad because it allows black another tempo move. And after king d5, e4, king e4, and now we see that this game is again drawn because black even promoted first. That is why the only good move for white is king c5. And let's see now why white wins in this case. The reason is that white didn't lose a tempo now after e5 to play king move. He can play a pawn move, and that's why he wins the game. So here we will see that white will promote first, and he will promote with check, which is the key position here, and thanks to this check we actually win black's pawn. If now king a1, simply king d2 will win the pawn on c-file, so he must play king b1, and then look at this, queen b8 check, and after king c8 there are several, king c1 there are several wins for white, but the most beautiful is queen b5, which is forcing king to go to d1, after which we have beautiful queen f1 checkmate. That will be all for this video chess lesson. If you want to see some specific content in my chess lessons, please place the comment below my video on YouTube. Take a look at these suggested videos and don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel.